Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to be working on installing the Atlas side steps from Smittybilt. I picked these up the other day online because typically when we're on our adventures and we're trying to put the tent on top of the roof, or we're trying to open it up, or we're trying to close it, we're standing on the door, we're standing on the hood, we're standing on the fenders, the rear bumper, and quite honestly, it's just not good for the Jeep. So what we've done is picked up these side steps. They connect directly to the hinge. So I'm sure you've probably seen them. They're from Smittybilt, but they connect directly to the hinge. It's supposed to be a really easy install. Not sure, never done it, but I'm sure I can figure it out. Before we get started, if you guys haven't, please like and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate all of the thumbs up and thumbs down and all the subscriptions from everybody. So I'm gonna hop into this installation. Should only take me a couple of minutes, and I'll let you guys follow along with me. So what we're going to be using today is a 1/2-inch wrench. We are going to have a adapter that goes from a 1/2 to a 3/8. I got out the Torx 47. I don't think we're going to be using the Torx 47. I think it's the Torx 50, but because it didn't fit in very well when I was trying to see what was working, I think that's just because the paint on there, I'm a little bit nervous about scratching the paint or peeling the paint because all of those bolts are painted on. So if you notice, they're all painted. I don't know if that's gonna cause a problem or not. I don't wanna peel any paint. I do have a paint marker from Jeep that will be able to fix any of the issues that we have, but I still would like to avoid painting anything if I can. I'm gonna get these out. What we're doing is we're going to, down here, we're going to shim the bottom of the door. I'm literally just gonna use a piece of the cardboard box that the side steps came in, and then I'm gonna put tape on the door and the pillar as well as the top just to keep it from moving. A lot of people just use duct tape. I'm going to use some cardboard underneath to shim it. I just don't want to have any issues with the door moving and then trying to shut it and it not latching properly. So I'm going to use some shims, some cardboard shims, and some painter's tape just to keep everything aligned, and we'll see how that works. All right, as you can see, I was able to get everything taped off. I did get the shims put in there, 2 on either side. Quite honestly, I'm not entirely sure how much this tape is actually going to help. The videos that I watched said put some tape on the doors, it's helped to keep it from moving, but I don't know. So hopefully the shims will do anything that the tape can't do. Let's get this first bolt undone and get this first one mounted up. Well then. So, it just broke the bit right off. Here's the other piece. Look at that. These bolts are on there. That's freaking crazy. Okay, well, now I'm gonna have to use the 50. That was the 47. I know it says to use the 50, but the 50 wasn't fitting in there very well, and on the first bolt, it scuffed up the paint like I was worried about it doing in the first place. So now I'm going to move to the 50, and hopefully the 50 doesn't break in half like the 47 did. All right, so I was able to get them off, but I'm going to be honest, that was ridiculous. I mean, I broke the bit in half, and I thought this one was going to break too. I thought I was being smart. I got the Jeep kit out, and they give you this little tiny wrench that you can use, which is relatively useless. But I will say, the bolts don't look good. And if I don't get them painted before my wife gets home, she'll probably kill me. So I'm hoping when I pull these out, that the door doesn't drop. Guess there's only one way to find out. And it's already going south. It's already going south. So, hopefully, things get better. I'll show you the bolts on this when I'm done. You can't see them already, but they are messed up. Sure, you can get new bolts for relatively cheap, but I feel like this shouldn't be the case. I mean, if I wanted to take that took a lot of effort, like a lot of effort. All right, I'm done complaining. I'm just gonna get this done. All right, I was able to get this side on relatively easy. Kind of hear some cracking and popping in there. Doesn't sound good. But there's a little floating nut that's in there. What I did is I just grabbed a small little screwdriver to hold that up while I tightened down the other side to kind of keep it in place, so I was able to get everything latched on. I'm going to try opening and closing the door and making sure that this stays where it's supposed to. I'm a little nervous to over tighten it, I'm going to be honest. I don't know what is too tight on this. I don't know how many pounds per square inch or what to tighten them to. So I'm just going to get them nice and snug. Try opening the door, make sure it works, and then I'll tighten them down the rest of the way. Hopefully it doesn't cause any issues. All right, moment of truth for the back door. Seems to be nice and snug. Let's see if this thing opens and shuts. Seems to work out pretty good. So that's that. pretty simple installation. I think I made it a little bit harder than it needed to be, but I was a little bit nervous because I don't want to break my wife's Jeep. For about 100th time, I feel like I've said that today. Or maybe I just said it in my head, I don't know. But I'm gonna give these a test as I'm test fitting for a new modification that I'm making to the roof rack. I wanna be able to store more. If you've watched the last video on the recovery board mount, that's to free up some space on the top of the rack for us to be able to put some more stuff up there while we travel, which will give us more space, which will keep me from buying a Gladiator, which will keep me from getting a trailer. So if you guys like the video today, like the video, please like and subscribe. Let us know what you think. Leave me a comment. If you've had these and they've worked for you, leave me a comment and tell me how they've worked. I'm a little bit apprehensive. I know Smittybilt's a great company, so I'm just gonna trust them. But if you have any real life experience with them, please feel free to let me know. Thanks, guys.